Today on an all-new Dr. Phil, she says her daughter can't stop faking pregnancies.
She's done this 9 times, and then she brings you this. I have 2 words for you. Photoshop. You actually threw her a baby shower. She's got her mouth open, just, oh my God. At this point, she knows she's not pregnant.
Now she's here to set the record straight.
So, what is the truth? Before you open your mouth, you have to make a conscious decision to tell the truth.
It is unfair to make up a baby so that you can have a nice party and feel loved. That is not why I did it.
Today's going to be a changing day in your life. You've never had anybody working harder to bring you to the threshold of change than right now. Well, I think I can speak for both Robin and myself when I say that one of the greatest moments in our lives was learning we were going to be grandparents. Well, my guest today, Janine, says her daughter Taylor has told her she is pregnant, not once, not twice, but as many as 10 times. Now, that is a whole lot of grandbabies, right? But not really, because according to Janine, Taylor is a pathological liar who fakes pregnancies to trap boyfriends and get attention. See what I mean?
My sister, Taylor, has lied about multiple pregnancies. When it comes to anything that's about pregnancy, she cannot be trusted.
Taylor has faked 2 other pregnancies that I'm aware of. I believe it's likely a 3rd, and there have been several miscarriages that I believe were also faked. I think Taylor fakes pregnancies because she thrives on the attention that she gets from them more than anything. I think Taylor keeps faking pregnancies and miscarriages because her ultimate goal seems to be to get the attention of whatever man she's with at the time. 9 years ago, when Taylor was 14, was when she faked her first pregnancy. Her boyfriend in high school was trying to break things off with her, and she told him she was pregnant.
The very first pregnancy that she ever faked didn't last long at all before my parents sat her down and gave her a pregnancy test and made her pee on it in front of them, and that was nipped in the bud.
5 years later, Taylor claimed that she was pregnant again. Taylor told us that she was pregnant the day after her long-term boyfriend broke up with her. Taylor faked an ultrasound. She put it in a picture frame so we couldn't see the top part of who it belonged to. When I took a closer look at the photo, it was not Taylor's ultrasound.
And I think after that happened, everyone was suspicious of any pregnancy following that, and because they all ended in miscarriages. But then she could always get pregnant so easily, too. I mean, she'd go from one guy to the next guy to the next guy, and it would happen so fast with every guy that she's pretty much ever been with. She said she had gotten pregnant.
Taylor provides no proof of any pregnancies other than photos of pregnancy tests, but we never see them in person. There's no doctor visits, there's no paperwork, there's nothing.
Well, when Taylor announced this past May that she was once again pregnant, Janine and Taylor's sister, Brianna, were very skeptical. But a sonogram convinced them that Taylor was finally telling the truth.
In the spring, Taylor told us she was pregnant. Taylor showed me the ultrasound within a few weeks of her telling me she was pregnant. The first thing I did was look at the ultrasound to make sure her name and the doctor's name and the date was on there, and it was. And I thought, great, she really has a baby this time.
When Taylor told me that she was pregnant, I had no reason not to believe her. I was really holding out hope that she was pregnant this time.
I should have asked more questions and been less naive considering Taylor's past. I think Taylor faked this entire pregnancy. I am 99.9% sure. I don't want to believe that Taylor pulled off such an elaborate scheme at our expense. Over the summer, we threw Taylor a gender reveal party.
I'm nervous.
Here we go. Okay. 9, 8.
She had given my mother just an envelope that had a piece of paper in it that said, "It's a girl."
I think it is incredibly insane that she allowed us to throw a gender reveal party knowing that she was not pregnant.
It's cruel. It's not nice at all. It's really terrible.
It's sick.
I was so
forget this. Why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up, I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious. I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed. I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like an ocean filled up with emotion. Anger ain't a potion, rub it on like lotion. I can feel it soaking, reopen, the scars have awoken. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. The pain makes it real. I don't wanna feel, I just wanna kill the bad thoughts and steal a good thought and feel. I'm just lost, I feel, I'm just lost, I feel. I need time to heal, I can't steer the wheel. Cause this drive me feels, and it gives me chills. A nice road it feels, I slip off the peel and crash all the steel. Will I ever heal? I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go.
Excited to be having another grandbaby, I decided to throw her a Halloween-themed baby shower. I went all out for this baby shower. I had a friend paint pumpkins with purple glitter, saying it's a girl.
I mean, she opened up gifts and she was happy and, oh my gosh, look at this, look at this.
4 days before Taylor's due date, she told her sister to call all of us and tell us that the baby had the umbilical cord wrapped around her neck.
I asked if she was okay, and then I said, is she alive? And she said no. Everyone was skeptical. We didn't know if it was real or not. I was thinking something feels off about this. This whole time, my sister was unaware that we knew she faked her pregnancy, so she kept playing the victim and just carried out her lies. Taylor did tell me that they were going to get the baby cremated.
I had a friend call the funeral home to find out if a baby had been brought in. The funeral home never received a late-term baby.
I cannot believe that she lied for the entire length of her pregnancy.
She's lied to you how many times?
Oh,
Countless.
at least 10.
At least 10 times.
At least 10.
And you said, I had no reason not to believe her. And then you said, I couldn't believe that she was lying. So I know what's wrong with her, and we'll get to that in a minute. What I'm wondering is, what the hell is wrong with you two?
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
Well,
that's fair, that's fair, yeah.
No.
Well, okay.
Okay, yeah, it was different.
It was different. With the ultrasound that she brought us, the very first thing I did was check her name, doctor, date, everything. So I went, oh, okay, there's really an ultrasound, it's a baby. And I'm not sure.
There was what?
There was a baby. Well, there wasn't really one, but I thought there really was one after seeing that.
She's lied to you 9 times, and then she brings you this.
Well, she's never brought us one with her name on it and the doctor's name before. And I think somehow I was under the impression that her boyfriend had been with her to the ultrasound and seen the baby. And I don't know if someone told me that. I'm not sure. But I said, well, if he'd seen it, there's really a baby there.
I have 2 words for you. And neither of them is idiot. Photoshop. I mean, seriously, how long did it take you to discover that she got this off the internet once you decided to check?
The night the baby died, supposedly. That's how long,
the
9
night
months.
the babies died, through the tears of grief, you decided to check out where this came from.
Yeah.
How long did it take to find it on the internet?
It took me less than a minute.
9 months, a gender reveal party and a baby shower.
Yeah.
Versus 1 minute to check.
Yeah.
After being lied to 9 other times.
Yeah.
I go back to my original question. What the hell is wrong with you people?
Apparently a lot.
Because I'm thinking, why does she do this? And then you two are intelligent women. You're very successful in your lives. You dress yourselves in the morning. You operate motor vehicles. But you fell for this again. And I'm wondering why, seriously, why you fell for. I know you want a baby really bad. You'd love to have a grandbaby,
yeah, I
right?
would love another one.
So you want it to be true. I truly get that.
I didn't want her to be crazy is what I really, this is crazy.
Well, that ship sailed.
Yeah,
I mean,
obviously.
she's done this 9 times.
Yeah.
So then and when she got pregnant this time would have been in June?
No, March.
March.
Yeah,
okay.
but we didn't know about it till May.
Okay. Well, yeah, you found out about it in spring. Okay. And how was she getting along with her boyfriend about that time?
Oh, geez.
Like most all of them, not very good.
Yeah.
About to break up?
Yeah.
And when she's had these other pregnancies, how's she been getting along with her boyfriends about the time she gets pregnant?
In every other pregnancy, it was the man wanted to leave her, and then she was pregnant.
Yeah.
And this time it was going rocky.
In the beginning, I think when she thought she was pregnant at first in March, it was rocky, and then she said she wasn't, and then again in May, she said, oh, I actually was pregnant. But I don't recall them having any relationship issues at that moment when she did announce it. That I was aware of.
I think she told me that they were a relationship.
She did?
Yeah.
Yeah?
She did.
Oh.
Yeah, see, now you remember.
left her.
Yeah.
He did leave
Yeah.
her. She was still living in the
Yeah.
apartment.
That's
He did
right.
leave
So
her.
every other time she said she was pregnant, a boy was leaving her, and she reeled him back in with, oh, hold on, buddy, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
In this picture where she's got her mouth open, just, oh my God, she knows she's not pregnant. She's still sending you, saying, buy me some more stuff for a baby I don't have.
Yes.
Did you?
Hell no.
And later, what is the truth?
I mean, the truth is that I lied to you.
I want some answers. What did you lie to us about?
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil.
Not only is she going to inherit her mother's overcrowded mansion,
We're going up to the champagne room. If you can ride, why walk?
but it comes with a price. One giant mess and an older sister who lives in the basement.
It's not my responsibility to take care of Lori. Lori has been bullied in school.
But she's 58.
Then on Friday,
You don't have an anger problem. That's a relief.
Get the
It's unbecoming and it's outrageous.
that's Friday.
You actually threw her a gender reveal party.
Okay, yeah, I don't even know what to, yeah, she handed me an envelope and I opened it and
Yeah,
said
so
it's a
you
girl.
didn't just suspend disbelief. You actually were all in.
Yeah, I went out of my way to make it special so she felt special. But that was real dumb.
Yeah, well, it didn't work out. I mean, and so what was the gender?
A girl.
A girl.
I feel so embarrassed
Okay.
now.
And then, so this was in June.
Yeah,
Okay, so then in October, you throw her a baby shower.
yes.
And so you invite people,
Yeah,
and they spend money and bring gifts,
yes.
and you play games, and she's the center of attention, and you're doing all this. And look, she's just having the time of her life.
I
And
bet.
now, at this point, when in this picture where she's got her mouth open, just, oh my God, she knows she's not pregnant.
Yes. Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
Real mad.
She admits that in her story that she had miscarried months before. At this point, she knows she's not pregnant. She's not even pretending to us. I don't know about y'all.
But she hasn't actually told me
No,
that. She told
she-
Brianna that, but not me.
Yeah.
So,
She made
you
me
what?
that she had lost the baby in August.
yeah.
Right. So this is 2 months later after,
Right.
even in her story, she had lost the baby 2 months earlier. So she's sitting here now knowing, even if she's telling the truth that time, knowing she's not pregnant. What do you say to these people that spent the money to buy these gifts?
I haven't said anything yet.
They don't know.
No. This all kind of happened so fast, and
Okay.
I thought we'd come here.
Okay, you
first
see
before I
these
told-
big square things here?
Yeah. Hey. She
Yeah.
lied.
We're sorry.
These are cameras,
Yeah.
and
I do feel really bad for everyone.
Yeah, it's very embarrassing.
It is.
I'm horrified.
well, you need to make some calls
Yeah,
because
I do.
this is the #1 show. And
Yeah.
I mean, what a great way to tell someone, though.
yeah. So there was a text exchange between Taylor and you on 12/2. This was December 2nd.
Yep.
And Taylor, it's even cheaper now. Photo of a stroller. It's the Maxi Kasi Zelia stroller. You just have to click on the car seat stroller combo and select the stroller by itself. Janine, okay, awesome. Okay, this is 2 months after the baby shower.
Yes.
She's still sending you, saying, buy me some more stuff
Yes.
for a baby I don't have.
Yes.
Did you?
Hell no. No. I'm glad I didn't.
But
Of
then
course, I
4
could have
days
sent it
later,
back.
she told you that
2 days later, she told me.
that she miscarried.
Yep.
And what'd she tell you she did with the baby?
She told us that she was going to have the baby cremated.
She didn't want any of us involved in anything.
Oh, no.
Yeah, just that there were going to be pictures that she was going to take of the baby and then show us when they were ready.
Yeah. Okay, well, Taylor admits to faking 4 pregnancies in the past, but is adamant she really was pregnant twice this year. However, she says she has a lot to come clean about to her family today. Really curious to know what that is. We'll find out after the break.
I didn't tell my family I had a miscarriage because they cared more about me believing that I was going to be giving them a grandchild. I didn't want to lose that. One lie just turns into another, turns into 100, turns into a tangled web. I was in deep.
And later, what did you do with all the presents that the people bought for the phantom baby?
My sister even went through a phase where she was nesting. She had everything that a baby could ever need in her home. My sister had a bedside bassinet, a closet full of baby clothes and toys. She had a pack and play with a changing table on it that she got for her baby shower. She got a car seat and a baby swing. She really went the whole 9 yards. That's why none of this makes any sense. What really scares me is that I believed that my sister was really pregnant, and I think she believed it too.
Well, after discovering that Taylor forged the sonogram she showed them in May, Janine and Brianna now believe Taylor was never pregnant and faked her miscarriage too. Taylor says she's here to once and for all come clean to her family.
I lie because I can't help it. It's second nature to me. I was pregnant, but I miscarried and I didn't tell anybody. I continued to let everyone believe that I was pregnant up until my due date. The only 2 times that I have been pregnant are in my current relationship. I first got pregnant last year and miscarried in the beginning of this year. Another time, my boyfriend and I were broken up. I told him I was pregnant and I really wasn't. But a month later, I ended up getting pregnant. I showed my family a fake ultrasound where I was 12 weeks pregnant because I wanted them to believe that I was. I ordered the ultrasound online and it had my name on it, so it was actually made for me. But it was doctored. I didn't tell my family I had a miscarriage because they cared more about me believing that I was going to be giving them a grandchild. I didn't want to lose that. One lie just turns into another, turns into 100, turns into a tangled web that feels impossible to untangle. I was in deep. When it came down to doing the gender reveal, I wrote the envelope myself and gave it to my mom. I was pregnant still. I obviously didn't know what the gender of my baby was at that point, and I was still lying about how far along I was. As my due date approached, I thought about what I was going to do, that there was no way I could lie to my family about a birth story. I just thought I have to say anything just to kind of get them off my back. I lied and said that my baby had died. I don't care if my family doesn't believe that I was ever pregnant, because I was. I don't blame them because I brought this upon myself, but in my heart, I know the truth.
Okay, Taylor, I'm glad you're here. You know, there's something in the open that they play right before we come out here that says today is going to be a changing day in your life. And they've kept that for 18 years because that's my intention when people come here, that this experience will be a changing day in your life because you have a well-learned pattern, pathological pattern, of lying, telling half-truths, lying by omission, misdirecting, all sorts of things. And it's real easy for you to default to that. And there are reasons why, and I understand that. Mm-hmm. But I want you to make a conscious choice to do today differently. I want you to make a conscious choice today, a life decision today. I'm going to absolutely tell the unvarnished truth. So what is the truth? You've run these people around the mulberry bush, so what is the truth?
I mean, the truth is that I lied to you. I mean, not just to you guys, but to everybody.
What did you lie to us about?
Hang on a second. Before you open your mouth,
no, I know.
Don't answer reflexively.
I won't.
You have to make a conscious decision to tell the truth.
Yeah. I wasn't pregnant. I lied to you.
So you were never pregnant?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm glad that you decided to be honest about that.
It's habitual. I don't know. Hard to break out of a pattern that I feel like I've had my entire life. I feel like people should know, too, that I never did anything that I did or lied to you guys because I wanted to hurt you. It's just about saving myself from hurt. That's all it ever was. Or reflexive decisions in order to save myself from a greater pain. I mean, you know, that's why I lied to my boyfriend. That's why I told him in the first place. It's because I thought that it would spare me the pain of, you know, going separate ways. And that was a mistake. And I think I knew at the time that it was, but it just felt like I had to. I just felt like I didn't have a choice.
I want some answers. I want to know how much he knew, when he knew it, because on that day that the baby was being, you know...
He didn't know. He
delivered. Who were we texting?
You were absolutely texting.
Okay, well, when I texted him and I said, I'm real sorry that you had to be there and witness your not alive baby be born. That's got to be very difficult. No parent should have to go through that. And he responded with, thank you, that means a lot. Why would he say that if he wasn't there for any baby?
He didn't know what else to say. I think he just kind of protected me at the end. But it is the truth that he didn't know until then. And at that point, we discussed how I was going to tell you guys.
It is unfair to make up a baby for us to love so that you can have a nice party and feel loved.
That is not why I did it. I didn't want to party. I wanted you.
Everybody on Team Boy, let me hear you say Team Boy.
Team Boy!
And everybody on Team Girl?
Team Girl!
Whoa, that sounds sounds pretty impressive. Okay, so...
Yes! 3, 2, 1.
It appears to me that you really enjoy being the center of attention there.
I think that's probably true.
What, do you just slip on your acting shoes and just let everybody feel that way, so excited and happy?
I mean, I understand why you're hurt. Like, I mean, you completely, like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you deserve the right to say those things. I mean, yeah.
I don't think you really do understand. That was a really hard year, Taylor. Your sister and your brother got married 3 weeks from each other, and there was another baby born.
I was there.
The hoops we had to jump through financially to pull everything off so that you felt loved and that baby felt welcomed and excited is insane.
Yep.
You know, if you want a birthday party, any kind of party, I'd be happy to throw you a party to show you how much we love you. It is unfair to make up a baby for us to love, so that you can have a nice party and feel loved.
That is not why I did it. I feel like this is part of like the problem between us, Mom, is that you think that I wanted a party. Seriously, I wanted a party. I didn't want a party. I didn't want a party. I wanted you. I wanted you.
You've always had me, Taylor.
You've always said that, too. You've always tried to tell me that you love me and care about me in the same way as everybody else, but
Which is true.
Still believe that's not true.
Well,
and I think how I feel matters. How I feel about that matters.
Your feelings do matter, absolutely. But you stay away from the family. You don't spend hardly any time with us. Even when you lived with us, you stayed in your room most of the time.
Every pregnancy that you've ever faked, and for whatever reason you did, I want to know, and the answer should be nothing. What did you gain from them, and what did you not learn that just kept you doing it over and over and over again?
I think the fact that you have to ask that question is kind of maybe part of a larger problem, because I feel like no matter what has happened in the family, you guys still don't really understand
Yeah, but the problem is that you faked pregnancies at all.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean,
what kind of relationship are you trying to build with us by lies? The foundation is lies.
I wish I could explain it.
Well, I'm going to help you explain it. But
I don't know.
And I will help you explain it, because I think I understand part of it. But what did you do with all the presents that the people bought for the phantom baby?
They're just in my house. They're just kind of packed in my closet at the moment, just kind of where I can't see them.
Well, Taylor's grandmother, Diane, believes Taylor is a pathological liar who's never been pregnant. She claims Taylor faked a whole different pregnancy while living with her. We'll talk about that after the break.
I don't believe Taylor's pregnant. I kept telling myself maybe it's her weight. That's why I can't see her looking pregnant. I think that I knew in the back of my mind that something didn't feel right.
Taylor has been a liar and a thief for most of her life. You can't leave anything out that Taylor wants or she'll take it. Taylor steals makeup, clothes. One time, Taylor had been house sitting for us, and when we came home, she was wearing a shirt that looked just like a new shirt I had bought. I asked her if she was wearing my shirt, and she denied it. I went to the closet, and the shirt was gone. When I came back out to the kitchen, she'd gone outside. When she came back in, she was wearing a different shirt. I asked her where my shirt was, and she said, "I've been wearing this shirt the whole time," like I was insane. Taylor likes to play games. She really enjoys messing with people.
I'm sorry?
You think that I like to mess with people, but it's never been about like playing games or messing with you. It's more of like a hiding, like I'm afraid, I'm ashamed. Oh, I was wearing your shirt, like that specific story. I just felt like my only option for some reason was to like run away from the situation and hide it.
Well, we'll talk about that. Taylor's grandmother, Diane, says Taylor is desperate. She thinks she's very lonely, and she thinks she's incapable of surviving on her own.
My granddaughter, Taylor, is not honest about anything. Taylor has a very interesting skew on reality. I don't believe she's been pregnant. I'd love to believe it, but I think she's just lied about it every single time. When Taylor was 18, she moved in here with us, told us she was expecting a baby, and we believed her. So I decided to meet her at her doctor's appointment. Taylor never showed up. I waited for an hour, and finally the doctor's office was nice enough to tell me that they did not have a patient there by that name. This time when Taylor came to us and told us she was pregnant, she had the goods in her hands. I mean, she had an ultrasound that looked like it was legitimate as could be. So we'd have no reason to say we didn't believe her. She talked about exciting to have another great-grandchild. When we learned that the ultrasound was fake, I didn't even know that you could do something like that. Not in a million years would I have thought that that was not real. I was livid that the ultrasound was fake. I was suspicious. I think that I knew in the back of my mind that something didn't feel right. Taylor is overweight, so I think I kept telling myself maybe it's her weight. That's why I can't see her looking pregnant. That's maybe why she's not feeling the baby as much. We decided not to confront Taylor. She told me hospital had given her the name of a funeral home that would cremate the baby. I just kind of played along because I just wanted to see how far she'd take this. She told me that they had to buy an urn, and I said to her, well, Grandpa and I will be more than happy to do that for you. And immediately on my phone, I started getting links sent by her for urns that she liked. When I got those links from Taylor, part of me was like, you have got to be kidding me. I think it's sick that Taylor would do that to our family, and none of us deserve this.
Well, joining us via Polycom is Diane. Diane, you've been listening to everything so far, correct?
Yes.
What do you have to add?
Well, I'm glad that Taylor is admitting that she's lying to us all the time. We just want her to have a wonderful life, and we don't know what to do for her to get her there.
What do you think's her motivation?
I think she's learned to survive this way. She plays the victim, and she has people feel sorry for her. They open their door, come stay with us, you can pay us some rent. She runs the gambit with that, and then when she never pays anybody anything or steals from them, she throws them out, and then she finds somebody else to start all over again with.
I see an awful lot of people that default to manipulation, default to deceit, because they're unwilling to test the theory that they're good enough and that people would just want to be with them without the deceit, without the manipulation, and they're afraid to find out.
Yeah, I think you're right, though. Like, I mean, you're spot on. Yeah, it feels like I guess I've never really truly felt as though I've been accepted or wanted or loved.
Taylor says she so badly wanted to be pregnant that she thinks at times she convinced herself. We'll talk about that after the break.
I do resent my mom because of my childhood.
Taylor wasn't really a very happy child. We moved a lot, and a lot of things were hard for her to deal with.
I was emotionally, physically, and sexually abused as a child.
I think Taylor's trauma is a big part of why she tells these lies.
I do feel like my mom never sought the help for me that I really needed for the abuse that I suffered.
I'm trying to get us closer and let her know that I love her, and she's always wanting to punish me for things she feels I did to her.
What do you think about what she's saying?
I think it is incredibly fair that she feels like she wasn't helped and taken care of the way that she deserved and needed to be. And I didn't know about the sexual abuse until 2016. And you're an adult. And I said to you that we supported you 100%. If that was to call this person out and press charges, that we had your back. If it was to go through therapy, we had your back. If it was to just deal with it in any way, that we were there for you.
You also told me that you had felt
off about it always.
But I didn't know why.
And you never, like, I mean, you never asked me. And like, there was never any supervision with somebody, when there was an age gap. I mean, there are a lot of things there that I've thought about extensively and thought, I mean, just imagine being a child and wondering, why didn't my mom protect me?
Wow.
And it's not just from the sexual abuse, from the physical abuse too. You didn't protect me there either. And that's part of the reason why I've never felt like I could trust you. I want to. I'm
Taylor,
here because I want to have a relationship with you, because I want to be different.
I'm curious what you heard her say.
That it was my fault that she's made all the decisions she has.
That is
Really?
not.
That's not at all what she said.
You've never said that.
Me not making sure things happen for her and protecting her and all of those things has led her down the path where she makes the choices that she does now.
Oh,
So
it's led me to resent you. It's led me to resent you. There is a lot of resentment there. It has nothing to do with I loved you. You leaned on me for emotional support, and I was there, and I felt important to you for the first time in my life. I felt important to you at 13 years. And it damaged me to emotionally support you as a child.
yeah, that wasn't fair.
That was
I
hard.
understand that.
No wonder there's so much resentment and misunderstanding between us, and I will not claim it as an excuse for what I've done. I own everything I've done, so everybody here and everyone who watches this, and Dr. Phil and you and the family can all hear it. I own everything I've done. I'm here because I want to take responsibility, because I don't want to hide, and it's scary and it's hard, but I feel like we can't talk without this, and that is just makes me incredibly sad.
I would reach out to you and tell you that I love you. Want you to know how much I love you.
I've resented you, you know.
I kind of resent you too. I wonder why.
I'm sure you do. And
yeah.
I mean, like,
I resent grieving over a baby that didn't exist.
That was horrible.
I resent having to go through this all the time. I resent that I have to tell everybody that we know that came to the party that there was no baby.
I know.
And make excuses. I resent all of that.
I didn't think about that aspect.
That's why you're here. That's why I'm here, because I want to fix it.
That's why I'm here.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm
So, what's to be done here? I'm going to give you my thoughts after the break. My theory about why you've done this is it's a pure power play. It gives you personal power. It gives you personal magnetism. It gives you a way to command attention and get the people in your world to attend to you. People don't do things repeatedly without a payoff. And your payoff is you apparently get a different kind and a different level and a different intensity of social currency when they think you're pregnant than when they think you aren't. Now, why would she default to that? Listen, I've never been a young woman who has been violated physically and sexually and then left to my own devices to deal with that. But I've worked with a lot that have been. And that's not something that has a beginning and an end. It's something that changes who you are. And healing those wounds is beyond your skill set as a parent and a mother.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
In fact, the truth is you need the same healing. And you know it as well as I do. Let me bring you that help. And walk this walk together as women. Grow together, heal together, and have each other's backs. And you're going to see that as you begin to feel better about yourself, treat yourself with dignity and respect, you will take better care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, spiritually, in every possible way.
I hope so.
And you will see that happen, and you'll see it happen with you.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Can you do this?
Yes. Yes.
Can you be part of this?
Yeah.
Okay. A lasting effect on you. What was it?
Yeah, after we finished on stage, you know, and I stood up, you came up to me and you took my hand in your hands and you looked me in the eyes and you said, "This is your opportunity to change and you should take it." And in my head, I thought, I'm gonna do it, you know? I'm gonna do it, like, I have to, and this is a changing point for me. And that memory is just, like, never left, you know? Throughout the last couple years, through everything that's happened and everything that's changed, I've thought back so many times, thinking, like, even if it's silly, I wanna make Phil proud, you know, if he ever sees me again.
Well, I certainly am proud. And, you know, you said that it was important to you that I did hold your feet to the fire and didn't let you lie, but also didn't judge you and treated you with respect, which was important to me for you to feel. So for that to have come through to you is important to me because that's what I wanted you to feel. You'd been judged enough.
I mean, I'm beyond grateful to you and for, you know, just treating me like a person and helping me change my life.
Well, I'm glad. And you're proud of it, right?
Yeah. It's really great that we don't have that hanging over our family anymore, and that we don't have secrets, and that there's healing and forgiveness and love.
And you've held on to that handkerchief, which is a good thing you can look at from time to time, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they did tell me about that.
Yeah, stained with the makeup of all the tears shed that day, and yeah, I do. You know, I keep it in like my drawer, and you know, I see it all the time. And when I look at it, I think about that day. And at first, it was like, you know, it was hard because I was thought, you know, did I do okay? Did I, you know? But now I see it, and I'm like, I'm so glad that I got that turning point in my life. You know, like I'm so thankful for that.
I'm proud of you for doing that. I'm still proud of you today.
Thank you.
Janine, thank both of you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Both.
Today on an all-new Dr. Phil, she faked one pregnancy.
This boy's parents, they bought baby clothes.
Did she fake another?
You get this picture.
I was pushing my stomach out as far as I could.
She says she has the baby.
She even gave her fake baby a name. Aubrey May, why did you lie about this last pregnancy?
I couldn't tell my family.
You are lying to me. Tell me now what it is. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
I hate to see people suffering, and you've hurt long enough.
Stand by, Dr. Phil.
Roll 70. Tick.
I'm going to get you the help that you need.
5, 4.
This is going to be a changing day in your life. Well, this is 19-year-old Nicky showing off her pregnant belly in pictures that she sent to her parents. When Nicky announced she was expecting, her entire family was overjoyed. Nicky's mother even ran out to buy baby clothes, little hats and sleepwear. And Nicky's grandmother knitted a special little blanket, all in preparation for meeting the new family member. Well, trouble was, there was never going to be a baby because Nicky faked her pregnancy. She posed with her belly protruded so it would look enlarged. She even gave her fake baby a name, Aubrey May. She even pretended to have Braxton Hicks contractions. Now her mother Heather and stepfather David fear Nicky is so unstable that she could go so far as, in their words, cut a baby out of a mother's womb and claim the infant as her own. Take a look.
Dave and I have been married since August 2010.
We have 6 total daughters.
2 of them are mine, 4 are his.
Very big blended family. Nicky does cause some problems.
I found out she was pregnant when she was 15 years old by reading her phone. I was absolutely terrified. She was far too young. Nicky was going around telling everyone she was pregnant. This boy's parents, they went out to buy furniture and they bought baby clothes. I confronted her. I ended up having to give her a pregnancy test, and she was not pregnant. I believe she faked the pregnancy to hold on to this boy. She liked the attention she was getting from saying that she was pregnant. At the age of 16, Nicky started dating another boy who later ended up being a child molester. They dated for 3 years, and she said she was pregnant when she was 19. At this point, she had run away 4 times. She then moved to Louisiana. I asked her for a pregnant picture of herself, and she sent it to me and said that she was 34 weeks along. In the picture, she was just sticking her belly out to make herself look pregnant.
It was a pretty convincing picture.
The icing on the cake was that she sent me pictures of this baby, and I really thought I was a grandmother. She cried over the phone, begging me to make this baby a blanket, which I did. I made headbands, bought clothing.
I got extremely excited. I actually started believing I'm a grandpa.
The baby's name was Aubrey May. She was 7 pounds. I had my doubts when she sent the second photo of this baby because the baby looked 3 months old. It was bizarre. She finally came clean when I told her I was coming to visit the baby. She sent me a message saying that she had an abortion and she didn't want to tell me because I would look at her differently. She faked it.
I was heartbroken that I'd been lied to.
I don't believe Nicky was ever really pregnant. I believe she lied, hold on to this other boy again. I absolutely think it's nuts. I think she could possibly be bipolar crazy. She could be capable of harming someone else, of cutting somebody open to take their child, of stealing somebody's child out of a grocery cart. I don't know. I just fear what she's capable of.
Okay, you two have come with questions for me, I'm sure. What are they?
What makes a person do this?
Well, do you want to know what makes a person do this, or do you want to know what makes her do this?
What makes her do this?
What's your question here?
I want to get her the help she needs.
This isn't the first pregnancy that she's faked.
No, she faked one when she was 15.
When she was 15, she faked a pregnancy. You say for 6 months. She says
Correct.
for 2, I don't care. She faked a pregnancy at that point, and it went pretty far.
It did. The parents of this boy's parents had went and bought furniture and clothing, and of course I was clueless and going to work.
She sent them an ultrasound and
Correct.
told them she was pregnant, and you found out about all of that. That all came crashing down.
Correct.
So how did you two get so sucked into this one? Because you've heard the old saying, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I've got questions for her, but I have questions for y'all too. Come on.
There was doubt. There was extreme doubt from the start. There's been so many lies that we didn't know what to believe. And it wasn't until, well, we got the picture that's shown right there. We got that, and I was like, are we sure it's not a pillow?
I didn't believe her until she called me and she was in tears. And she was complaining of hip pain and how she just couldn't wait to get this baby out. She was just tired of being pregnant and sobbing. It was, she was a very good actress. She was absolutely amazing.
So this wasn't just a kind of a reactive lie, like, do these pants make me look fat? No. That's a lie you tell on the spur of the moment, on a split second. This is something that she constructed and fabricated across time.
9 months.
And had to really work at details of this.
She had to work at details. She had to gain weight. She had to believe it herself.
I hope you're wrong. I think you're wrong. I hope you're wrong, that she didn't actually lose touch with reality to the point that she actually thought she was pregnant. That's a whole different kettle of fish, if that's what we're dealing with here. Now, where is this? I get this. What I'm a little surprised at is your statement that says, I think she could cut a baby from another woman's womb and claim it as her own. Okay, that's murder, kidnapping, gory and grisly. That seems really, I didn't see where that would flow.
I don't know what she's capable of. I honestly don't. I don't know what she could do.
I feel like my mom is just putting everything off on me and not taking blame for anything that she's done herself.
Monday on an all-new Dr. Phil. She's 7 months pregnant.
Sarah, I'm Dr. Phil.
I know who you are.
Out of control.
I said that. I didn't want that talked about.
You're not running this show.
And putting her baby at risk.
You've smoked crack and used heroin.
Once or twice isn't really like using.
Why did you refuse to take a drug screen? If anybody cares about this unborn child, then tell me the truth.
All right, I need to stop.
That's Monday.
All right. Well, she perpetrated this lie for 9 months, gives you all manner of details along the way. You get calls, you get text messages, ultrasounds, everything's rolling along. And then she gives you a due date, then changes the due date, then has the baby on yet a third due date.
Correct.
She announces, and the baby is Aubrey May, date of birth 12/15/2013, 7 pounds 6 ounces, 22.5 inches long. You get this picture with a celebratory, wow, isn't she perfect?
Isn't
Right?
she perfect? Is exactly what she said.
And so now you thought all of my doubts are like, geez, I shouldn't have been thinking.
I shouldn't have thought that she was lying.
What is
I
wrong
felt,
with us?
what is wrong with me for thinking my child would lie about something? Look at this baby.
But then she sent you a second picture a week later with a baby that was much older.
It was actually the next day. That picture,
Well,
the
then
second
why
picture
wouldn't
was
she
the
just
next
send you
day.
another picture of this baby? Because that baby like had full eyebrows.
Right, it grew over eyebrows and eyelashes overnight. The face filled out, and she
Why not
gave me
use
the
the same
excuse
baby
that
then?
it was it actually was the same baby.
Just an older picture.
Just an older picture.
Well, I see that baby wasn't born. She just gave you a newborn picture.
Correct.
Then took a contemporary picture.
Correct.
Right.
With her. Okay. So why would Nicky go to such lengths to fake not one pregnancy but two? Well, let's see what she has to say.
When I was 15, I had a boyfriend and we were having sex. I didn't have a period for about 2 or 3 months. I truly believed that I was pregnant. Everybody at school had thought that I was pregnant, including my ex-boyfriend. My mother told me to take a pregnancy test, and whenever we saw that it was negative, she said, my daughter is a liar. She's never been pregnant. She never thought she was. My mom didn't know the entire story. I did not make up the pregnancy to keep my boyfriend because we were still together 2 months after he found out that I was not pregnant. 3 years after the first pregnancy incident, I started dating a new guy, and I had gotten pregnant for real. I had gone to the doctor and gotten my blood test done. After I had my abortion, I'd moved to Louisiana. I told my mother I was pregnant before the abortion. I knew that they would eventually find out that I wasn't pregnant anymore, but I was too scared to tell them that I had had an abortion. I didn't want them to think of me as a murderer. I was having anxiety attacks, trying to decide if I should tell her. I sent them pictures of my stomach. I was pushing my stomach out as far as I could, and pictures of one of my friend's newborn children, so that way my mom would believe I was pregnant. The pictures and the photos are of the same baby. My mother said that she wanted to come visit me, and I panicked. I didn't know what else to do. I finally said, look, I had an abortion. I really don't like talking about it, but I feel awful for what I did. And I'm sorry that I lied for so long to you, but I couldn't have a child molester's baby living in me. I feel like my mom is just putting everything off on me and not taking blame for anything that she's done herself.
What is it that she needs to own?
It feels like if I try to explain something, I can't explain it. It's like I'm wrong, no matter what I say.
Therefore, you faked 2 pregnancies and told a bunch of other lies along with it?
I mean, I hid things from my mom. I've been afraid to talk to her forever.
Okay. Why did you lie about this last pregnancy? Tell me this again.
When I found out that I was pregnant, my mom and I weren't getting along at the time. I mean, we kind of were, but after that we started fighting again. And the ex-boyfriend and I had gotten into a fight. It got physical. I was told that I drank a lot before I found out that I was pregnant. And I was told that I was just going to have a retarded baby. I was going to be worthless. I couldn't take care of it on my own. One of our fights had gotten physical, and that's when I realized I can't go through with it. I can't do it.
And so you did what?
I had an abortion at about 9.5 weeks. But I couldn't bring myself to tell my family, knowing how they felt about abortions. I couldn't talk about it.
Because you got very detailed in your lies about this, right?
Yes.
Take me through that process. You select a due date, and then you start kind of working backwards from there, right?
Well, I mean, whenever I went to the doctor, I was told my due date. So I knew that. My friend is actually due. She was due a week after I was supposed to be due.
Right.
So I kind of went with everything that she said.
You began to generate all of these details, right? You talked about your hips hurting and saying that you were ready to give birth, right? How did that, take me through that moment when you decide, I'm going to pick up the phone, I'm going to call her, and I'm going to fake cry and talk to her about non-existent hip pain?
Well, no, my hips have always hurt. I was in a lot of pain with my hips. The weather was changing, and every time they changed, my hips hurt really bad.
Yeah.
Usually to where they'll like pop out of place.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's just going to have to go along with it because I still can't tell her, hey, I had an abortion. I knew she was going to ask.
You, according to her, guilt-tripped her into making you a blanket. Take me through that thought process. I'm going to pick up the phone and call her again.
I mean, I call her all the time, or she'll call me all the time.
Talk her into making me a blanket.
And she was talking about how she was making my best friend all this stuff, and I was like, I want something.
Okay.
Just make something.
Oh, see, that's helpful. So you felt jealous that she was doing something for someone else, and you wanted her to do something for you.
Yeah.
And having a baby on the way is a great lever that you can use to move somebody with your jealousy. Nicky doesn't just lie about pregnancies. We'll reveal some of the elaborate tales she's told when we come back.
I don't remember sending them anything.
You're telling me I don't remember sending him that message, but you're nodding your head yes while you're telling me. And later, did you abort a pregnancy during 2013? And your answer was?
Yes.
Polygraph indicates that
Nicky does have a history of making up lies. Nicky has claimed my wife was abusive towards her. She's claimed that I was abusive to her. She claimed that we never had money or food. She claimed that Heather dragged her by the hair one time and was punching her in the face. I felt like I'd been betrayed.
Well, Heather and her husband David say they fear 19-year-old daughter Nicky is unstable. They say this because, among other things, she has faked 2 pregnancies and a childbirth. Isn't she perfect, Mom? Was one of your messages. Isn't she perfect, Mom? Why? Why that?
When I had sat down with one of my friends and I was talking to her about I had an abortion, I mean, I still can't tell my mom. I don't know what her reaction would be. She said, well, here, I'm going to give you these. Send these to your mom. And we'll figure it out from there. She was like, it'll be okay.
And what did you say to yourself about the fact that the day's going to come when they're going to know there is no baby?
It wasn't something that really crossed my mind at the time. I knew I was going to have to tell her, especially with like panic attacks that I had had. But I didn't think about it until one day I was like, I have to tell her.
When you're saying you didn't think about it, you're a smart girl. You knew it was going to happen, right?
Yeah. I knew it would happen eventually. But at the time I was like, what do I do? Do I tell her and have her hate me because I had an abortion? Or I just let it go, hoping that we would fight again like we always do.
Well, and you've told a lot of lies, right? This is kind of a strategy of getting through life for you, right? This is kind of summary-wise. At 15 years old, you lied that you were at a friend's house when, in fact, you were having sex with a boy, okay? At 15 years old, you lied about being in a car accident with a boyfriend and said that the bump on the head was from the dog dragging you and you fell. Okay, why tell that lie? Because you weren't supposed to be in the car with the boy?
Well, I wasn't supposed to be in the car, but I didn't know how my mom was going to react. I mean...
Okay. At 15 years old, you told a boyfriend that you were pregnant. You sent the boy's parents someone else's ultrasound picture, right?
He never got any ultrasound pictures from me.
Did you send it to his parents?
No.
His parents bought furniture and clothes, right, for the new baby, right? And then we kind of get out of the pregnancy business for a while with regard to lying, and you accused Heather of abusing you, and you reported it to Army officials, right?
Yeah.
Was that a lie?
Yeah.
When you were 18, you reported to CPS that David was abusing you and your sister, right? All lies. Well, let's look at some messages that you sent to a family member of the alleged father here. On 8/28 of this last year, you said, I just wanted you to know that she's doing great. 21 weeks, 2 days. I'm seriously 100% sure that it's his. Told him I'll do a DNA test if that's what it takes for my daughter to have her mommy and daddy. I do everything I can do already to make sure that Aubrey will have the best life possible. What was going through your mind when you sat down and
I mean, I don't
typed
remember
that?
talking to his family.
Huh? Pardon?
I don't even remember talking to his family. I mean...
Well, you sent that message, right?
I don't remember sending them anything.
And this would be after the abortion.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's 22 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember sending them anything. After our last fight, I kind of wanted nothing to do with him.
You're telling me I don't remember sending him that message? So you're saying, no, I don't remember, but you're nodding your head yes while you're telling me that. You're saying, I don't remember sending that message. Play the tape back for you if you want me to, but your words are saying you don't remember, but your body is leaking. Your body's leaking that you do remember.
Just not a lot.
Yeah. 8/29, you said, hey, are Braxton's Hicks supposed to hurt in your lower back? 9/10 last year, my aunt's going to be having a baby shower at the beginning of November. Will y'all like to be invited?
And my aunt and I were talking about, I mean, I never told her that I had had an abortion, and we were talking about a baby shower at that time.
Yeah. See, I have here the originals. Does that help you remember?
A long time ago.
I'm sorry?
A long time ago, I said. I remember those, yeah.
Wow. All right, let's take a break here. In between fake baby number 1 and fake baby number 2, there have been physical altercations and calls to the police. So, look, what's really going on between Heather and her daughter Nicky here? Plus, Heather's sister is here, and you'll be interested to see what her point of view is. We'll be right back.
Heather has not given the girls a stable environment. I think that Nicky has a lot of self-esteem issues. Heather has told Nicky that she was too fat and she needed to exercise. My sister has not been a good role model to her children. She got pregnant at a really young age. Heather has not given the girls a stable environment. I think they've moved around too much. My sister has brought bad men into the girls' life. Nicky would see her mom arguing with her ex-husband, and then she would throw herself down on the floor and pull her hair out and throw fits. I think that Nicky has a lot of self-esteem issues. Heather has told Nicky that she was too fat and she needed to exercise. I think that if Nicky lived with her mom again, that there would be more physical and verbal fights going on, and I think it would just move everybody in the wrong direction.
We're talking about the fact that she is apparently a chronic liar across a number of years that she admits to, and I'm trying to figure out why. Why do you think she's doing this?
I just think she's had an unstable childhood, moving from place to place or changing schools and just having people coming in and out of her life.
Is that true?
I've been married, this is my third marriage. So in that aspect, I think there has been a lot of confusion for her, absolutely. As far as moving a lot, not really. She was in one school until you were in eighth grade, freshman year. She went to the same school all the way till she was in freshman year. At that point, we moved to a very small town just outside of that school district. I mean, it was probably 15 minutes from it. And then, of course, I was in the military, so that's what we do. We move. And yes, that is hard on kids. It's extremely hard on kids.
I wrote down some of the things you said. She says that you had volatile arguments in front of her frequently. You moved the kids around a lot. That even on her 16th birthday, she spent it alone because you were throwing a stripper party for your husband instead.
Her 16th birthday actually was at El Jimador. It was at a Mexican restaurant. I have pictures of it.
I'm just telling you what she said.
Later. We did go to dinner first, and then she spent the evening with me. Would that be accurate?
No, that was not her 16th birthday. Yeah.
Do you have any contribution to, I'm not going to be specific about her lying behavior, but her level of emotional adjustment? Do you have ownership in that?
Absolutely.
What?
Absolutely. I had a lot of unstable moments in my life as well, just getting through the abusive relationship that I was in. Life was chaos, and we did leave and move a lot. I can't help someone that won't allow me to help them. And I've tried. I have tried. And we are stable, and we are a functioning family. But I have outside sources that continually enable her, such as my sister. My sister hasn't set foot in my home in more than 4 years. She doesn't know how we operate. But what she does know is what she's being told.
I kind of drew parallels between you and her. I see that, all right, Heather in relationships with allegedly abusive men. Right. Heather fought with mother over boyfriends. Nicky fought with mother over boyfriends. Heather, physical altercations with her mom. Nicky, physical altercations with her mom. Heather calls DPS claiming abuse by parents. Nicky called Army officials claiming abuse by mother and called CPS claiming abuse by David. Heather got pregnant as a teenager at 17. Nicky claimed to be pregnant as a teenager at 15 and 19. Heather ran away from home as a teen. Nicky ran away from home as a teen. Heather, parents kept siblings away because of her bad behavior. Nicky, parents kept siblings away from her bad behavior. I mean, it just goes down the list. Heather drank and partied as a teen and young adult. Nicky drank and partied as a teen. I mean, there seem to be some parallels there. Are you?
Actually, there are some, yes. Some, no. But yeah, I was a horrible teenager. I had to grow up. And there comes a point in time where you have to grow up and you have to accept responsibility and you have to deal with it.
So you're not really here to get my advice, you're here to give advice.
No, I'm absolutely here for
No,
advice.
because you just said you have to grow up, you have to get over it, you have to deal with. You're just giving edicts here.
I had.
Well, that's what you're telling her.
We both had.
I mean, I can play the tape back. You're looking right at her and saying those things. I'm just curious. And the reason I'm curious about that is because I asked you both when you got here what questions you had for me. And what I didn't hear you say is, what can I do to foster and nurture a healthier level of adjustment for my daughter, who obviously is not feeling good about herself because she keeps creating a fantasy world instead of the one that she really lives in. I didn't hear you ask anything of me about what you could do to change the situation, contribute to the situation.
I guess I dismissed that because I go to counseling and because I am trying. So I didn't look at it in that aspect. But it's not that I don't want to help myself as well. I do want to help her be whatever she needs. I want to help her in every aspect. But I can't do it if she won't participate.
Okay, let's take a break. Did a crime against Nicky's stepsister cause Nicky's bizarre baby behavior? Now, her mother, Heather, believes there may be a connection. We'll get into that next.
Nicky's younger sister was raped at age 15.
It was one of my mom's non-commissioned officers in the Army, and he was convicted and is still incarcerated.
Nicky moved in with the girlfriend of the man who raped my daughter.
The reason I chose to move to Louisiana was because I knew she was as far away as I was going to get. She had known that he had raped my sister and was already fighting for custody of their daughter.
It's very disturbing to me. It's almost like a smack in my face. Nicky had a desire to get back at me for something, and so that's where she went. I'll piss you off even more, Mom. Here you go. It's a constant reminder of a very horrible experience in our life.
Well, the question right now, at least the one I'm dealing with, and I hope Nicky is dealing with, is what's the real reason, motivation behind why 19-year-old Nicky tends to choose lying as a strategy for getting through life, such as about 2 pregnancies and a childbirth.
She's done so much to spite us. She contacted his ex-wife with claims of abuse. You went to live with this man's daughter and his ex-girlfriend. It's a constant spite.
Is that true?
To spite us.
I did live with him.
So this man perpetrates this horribleness in your sister's life, and you go move in with his family.
His ex-girlfriend.
And his daughter.
And his daughter. Does that seem appropriate to you?
No.
So why do people lie? I mean, that's what everybody's thinking right now. Why would she do this? That was one of your questions. That's a good one. Why does she do this? Why is this going on? Are you concerned with why she does this?
I am concerned, yes.
I mean, because you can't put it all on your sister.
No.
I mean, she's got ownership at this point. You're how old?
19.
I mean, come on.
Right.
At some point, people make choices, and they got to own the choices.
Right.
And I'm going to talk about that very specifically for you. And I want to know, before we go to break, is there anything that you've lied about since you have started dealing with me and my staff? And before you answer that reactively, because I know that one of your strategies in life is to lie, right? And I'm a strong believer that the best predictor of future behavior is relevant past behavior. People get momentum in life. They roll the direction they've been rolling. So I asked your mother right up front, how did you get sucked into a second pregnancy scam after the first one? Like, come on, have your eyes wide open. So I have to hold myself to the same standard of skepticism. I have to assume that you're lying to me and to us because it's what you do. It's your strategy. It's your coping mechanism. It's your way of manipulating people and getting what you want and escaping what you don't want. It's a strategy for you. So I have to assume you are lying to me about something material. And I'm asking you to tell me now what it is. So I want you, over the break, to think very carefully about this being a threshold moment in your life to say, you know what, that's over. I'm going to start telling the truth. We'll hear what she has to say about that when we come back.
3 years after the first pregnancy incident, I had gotten pregnant for real. I had gone to the doctor and gotten my blood test done. It was positive that I was pregnant, so I had an abortion.
There was no abortion. There's nothing to prove that there was a baby, ever, or a pregnancy.
I don't believe my daughter has ever been pregnant. My daughter has a history of lying about pregnancies.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. Did you know that more than 16 million kids in the U.S. are at risk of hunger each day? Join me and visit feedingamerica.org/hunger to find your local food bank to help. I'm Dr. Phil, and together, we are Feeding America.
If you're going to be in the Los Angeles area and you would like free tickets, go to drphil.com and click on Be in the Audience.
Because we have a lot of fun here, don't we? Or you can call 323-461-7445.
After the show, Nicky is planning to come home with me and live with us as one big happy family again.
Currently in Louisiana, I'm couch hopping, and that would be why I want to come home.
I'm really terrified. Our home right now runs very smooth. Everything's perfect. I'm afraid that if she comes home, what we have at home and our security and our stability and our happiness is done.
Okay. Before the break, I said, are you lying to me? Are you lying to my staff? Are you lying to your mother? Are there things that you just want to come clean about and get off your chest? Choose today to begin to tell the truth. So what is it you're lying about?
It doesn't change anything.
I mean, really, the only thing would be the relationship that I was in. The abusive relationship that I was in.
See, that's not something you've lied about because you've told us that.
I never told my mom.
Yeah, you're not talking
about
to
a
me.
lot
You're
of
talking
them.
to me.
I mean, I believe I've talked to you guys.
Because there's one thing that I have some objective evidence about. I don't know because I haven't opened this yet. Because I wanted to get to the bottom of, and you wanted to get to the bottom of this pregnancy situation. And so you took a polygraph. And not some TV polygraph, as people that watch the show know. I invited former FBI special agent and polygraph examiner Jack Tremarco to administer a polygraph test to Nicky on 2 questions. The questions were you pregnant in April 2013, which you said you were, and did you abort a pregnancy at any time during the calendar year 2013? He asked you those 2 questions. And your answer to both was yes, that you were pregnant in 2013 and that you did get an abortion in 2013. Did you tell the truth?
Yeah.
Jack, was this a valid test? Did everything go according to protocol?
It was a very good test.
The first question was, were you pregnant in April 2013? And your answer was?
Yes.
And the second question was, did you abort a pregnancy during 2013? And your answer was?
Yes.
And the polygraph indicates that both of those answers are deceptive, that is a lie. that you were not pregnant during 2013 and that you did not have an abortion in 2013? Why don't you just tell the truth now?
I am not going to say that I didn't do something that I did. I mean...
Because you just wouldn't lie, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying. But if I can get her the paperwork so she can see it, if I get there...
But you can't invent paperwork.
No, Mom. I can't invent paperwork, clearly.
I'm trying to help you here get a foothold for a beginning. People lie for a whole variety of reasons. And the biggest issue here is not your lying. The biggest issue here is your lack of willingness to accept yourself, believe in yourself enough to step up and stand on who you are. The biggest issue here is this toxic and dysfunctional relationship that you have with your family. The biggest problem here is the poor judgment that you depict over and over and over again in your life.
You never accept responsibility.
We'll be right back. Justifying your inactivity and avoiding the challenge of change. For help getting started, go to drphil.com for 11 seasons of advice, articles, and exclusive videos you won't find anywhere else. Plus, sign up for the Dr. Phil community to share your story and find support from others. All on drphil.com. Do you think you need professional help?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
No, I mean, just in terms of your mental and emotional adjustment, your strategy in life, how's it working for you?
I'm very emotional all the time.
Well, let me rephrase that. Do you think your life is working out well for you?
No.
Do you think that could be because you may be experiencing a level of maladjustment? I mean, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It just is what it is. I mean, do you think there are things you could learn to do a better job?
Yeah.
And if I were willing to arrange for you to have professional help, to kind of coach you in that regard, to give you a new set of tools about the way you feel about yourself and the way you engage and regard other people, would you accept that help?
Yeah.
Is that a truth or a lie?
I'll do
You
it.
will do it. If I make that arrangement, you'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that, and I will haunt you until you do. I want to thank my guests today, particularly Jack Tremarco. You can go to drphil.com. I want to have some important information there about lying and also relationship management. And I hope you guys will keep me posted if she takes this help, because I think without it, you're going to be right back where you were within a month.
That's not what I want.
Okay, all right. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next time. Jack, thank you, sir.